Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tiffani Beaston from Beauty and the Beastons, and previously I uploaded every single Sunday and Tuesday, but in January I'm trying something new and uploading every Wednesday and Sunday. So I hope that just gives me a little bit more balance in my life. But anyway, we are doing an Aldi shop with me. I'm not going to do a haul because I'm showing you everything that I put in my cart during this video. I'm also trying to show you the prices and all of that. Don't mind this mark on my jacket. It's either coffee or children's boogers, but remind me to throw that in the wash later. Anyway, here is some of the prepared meals at Aldi. I did wind up getting the pad thai, and the kids had it last night. I would say it was about a 5 out of 10. But anyway, I'm just getting things off of my grocery list for my meal plan this week. I love Aldi because their prices are amazing. I shop everywhere depending on what I'm looking for. Also, I just popped my January schedule on screen there. But Aldi genuinely does have the best prices, and I love when I can get in store and grocery shop. It's like a treat for me. Being a mom of 4, I usually use Instacart, so when I actually get to go grocery shopping, it's nice because one, it's like cheaper. You don't have like all the fees and everything like that, but you can pick out your own produce and see what's new in store. I know that sounds so funny because Instacart should seem like a treat, right? Not grocery shopping, but for me, I actually enjoy doing the everyday mom life stuff. So I do pay attention to the Dirty Dozen, which is a list of like the fruits that you should always try to get organic and things like that. But honestly, I just do the best that I can based on what my options are. I think that's what every parent's goal in life is, just to do their best. So I like to say that I'm like 70-30, like mostly healthy, and then the 30% is just winging it, basically. 70% organized, 30% hot mess. That's just what I go by. I think I'm 70-30. What are you? Do you guys have specific places that you shop for specific items? Like, I have some stuff that I only get from Costco, like paper towels, toilet paper, my smoothie bags, and just things like that. But everything else, I feel like sometimes I'll shop at Wegmans or Whole Foods if I'm looking for a specific item, because they have like a lot more like well-rounded products, like worldly products, like things that they get from different cultures. So if I'm looking for like a specific spice or recipe, a lot of times I'll find it at Whole Foods or Wegmans. Wegmans also does a ton of gluten-free stuff. So like, for example, for me it's hard to find like gluten-free puff pastry, but I know Wegmans is always going to have it. So I kind of just shop around like that. Who remembers how much I loved those little like cashew cookie things? I got them again, but I did not get the chocolate hummus that I love. I know it sounds so weird, but those cookies dipped in the chocolate hummus are absolutely amazing. But one thing that I do try to stay away from is like all of the really bad like gums and oils that they put in foods, because it does make me feel like inflamed. I try to give you a close-up of the ingredients. So I thought to myself, I'm going to try to make it myself, try to make a chocolate hummus myself. Here's a chocolate one, here's a vanilla bean one. I always love their fresh salsas, and tonight on our meal plan we are having steak burrito bowls. There was a time in my life where I ate no red meat, and there was also a time in my life that I would get steak like every time we would go out to dinner, and I loved it. Chris and I used to make steak and shrimp like as a daily meal before we had kids, and then something happened after one of my pregnancies where every time I ate red meat I would throw up. So I was like, okay, I guess I can't eat red meat. It was just bizarre. Also, how about gluten-free fresh pasta? And the prices on this meat is like unbelievable, and it's grass-fed, which is always a plus. But anyway, I realized how much my kids loved steak. I didn't think that they did because I didn't really have it that much, and then I started making it and I tried it again. I always like a roast and stuff like that, and lately it has not bothered me at all. Now the new thing that I absolutely cannot eat is pineapple, which is one of my favorite things ever, but it does like the same kind of thing. I get like a terrible pain in my stomach where I have to be like in a ball on my bed. So who knows? I know your body changes all the time, and I hope that I can try pineapple again and be okay with it. But yeah, that's my red meat story. I'm trying to just show you some of the finds that I really like, as well as I did show you a couple of things that I don't necessarily buy or didn't buy this time, but that looked good to me that you may like. One of the things I'll always remember is stocking up on these pouches. I used to get boxes of these pouches because they're organic and they're only 85 cents. Like, you can't beat that. And my kids used to love them, and I miss having little ones like that. But honestly, everyone's like, you should go for a fifth, but you guys don't even know how tired I am. I could never. Also, this isn't saying anything about anybody else because I think everybody should have whatever family size they want. But for me, it's hard already to balance spending an equal amount of time with each kid for my 4, so I couldn't do a fifth. But anyway, here are some of my favorite finds here. This avocado oil is an amazing price. That's another thing that I do feel like I wind up getting from like Costco or whatever, is like the spray avocado oil for the pan because it's the cheapest there, as well as just regular avocado oil. Sorry that my voice just sounds so tired today, but Everly is going through something. Like, she's getting some more molars, and she hasn't been sleeping, and she only like wants to sleep touching me. So I have been sleeping in a chair or getting kicked in the head in my bed. So my sleep is not great, which I wanted to talk about with you because, you know, in my last video, I think we talked about New Year's goals, New Year's resolutions, and then we also talked about it in my newsletter, which if you're not signed up, just go to tiffanibeaston.com, scroll to the bottom, enter your email, and you'll get a newsletter from me. But we talked about New Year's goals, New Year's resolutions, and so far I have done 0 of them because it's really hard without sleep to exercise, without sleep to, like, one of my resolutions was to be asleep by 11, has not happened yet because, again, of her sleep issue that she's having right now. So if you're getting a slow start on your resolutions or your goals, don't give up, and just do the best that you can. That's all I'm doing, is doing the best that I can. One of my biggest goals for the new year was to cook at home. So that's what really inspired this video, because once we're done here, I completely clean out the fridge and pantry. The pantry, like, honestly was so neglected, and it was like dusty, and there's just like containers everywhere. I don't know how I let the pantry get so out of hand, but I did. But it feels good because now once I clean out the fridge and the pantry, I got rid of anything that was expired. I donated stuff that I know that we're not going to have. And I feel like now I know everything that we have to be able to plan meals and cook better. And being organized just saves money in general. So that's like what inspired me to do all of this. And there was a part, which you'll see a little bit later in the video, where I had everything out from the pantry. Also, Chris sneaking the cookies into the cart. How funny is he? These cookies are amazing. Also, if you're new here, my husband and I are gluten-free. The kids are not, so that's why I see a lot of gluten-free products in our cart. And then here's the Aldi finds, the best part. But anyway, you'll see one part in this video where I have the kitchen is just a hot mess because I took everything out of the pantry, and I just got overwhelmed, and I was like, what did I get myself into? But I pushed through, I got it done, and now I feel like I am all set up to cook all of our meals at home. These planners were super cute. Obviously, the last thing I need is a planner. You know, I'm a planner girl, and I already have way too much like planning stuff. But I wanted to show you because for $9, this is amazing. If you saw my reel yesterday, then you probably saw some of this stuff. If you didn't, be sure to follow me on Instagram at t.beaston. But these are some amazing New Year finds. Chris really liked the weight right here, but we already like have them, so we didn't need it, but he thought it was a great find. This juicer, there's just all kinds of stuff to start your year off right. I always love the Aldi finds aisle. This almost came home with me, but it's honestly the last thing I needed. I don't need any more clutter, so I didn't get it. This is a cute little banana holder and fruit thing. You got these meal prep containers. I've been really trying to use all glass, which they did have this glass option here, for storing like my food in the fridge, my meal prep, leftovers, that kind of stuff. I do still have like a ton of plastic containers in the pantry, but you know, again, it's at 70-30. Okay, so recently my new Aldi got these self-checkouts. Also, this is how much I spent, and I feel like that was really good for everything I got. But how do you feel about these self-checkouts? Like, I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I like it because it's convenient sometimes, but also at the same time, I feel like it's taking jobs away from people. I don't know. But here is my kitchen. I had to clean it up first because we had an explosion of a morning routine. It was the first day back to school after winter break, and we were just trying to get everybody out the door on time. So first, just tidying up the kitchen before I can do anything. So once the kitchen is all nice and tidy and things are put away, that's when I'm going to take everything out of the fridge, vacuum it, wipe it down. I got rid of a lot of condiments that were expired, and just really wanted to clean and organize the fridge before I even started prepping my produce or putting anything else away. Now that everything is nice and vacuumed out and I wiped down my little liners that I had in here, I'm just starting to put everything back. I tried putting some things in some different spots. Honestly, this is a small fridge for such a large family, and the spot, it's like the biggest fridge that I can fit in this spot. So we do have a garage fridge as well, which, obviously not everybody can have a garage fridge or an extra fridge, but if you're able to and you have a large family, it definitely saves us. We also host a lot, so we keep a lot of beverages out there, and it gives us extra space for when we host as well. So there is stuff out there, mostly frozen stuff and drinks. There's not a ton of food out there right now, but when I do meal prep and stuff, I will put our meal prep out there just so that we have the fridge for our everyday essentials. We have been getting Factor for our lunches since last spring. We're still receiving those, so I haven't done a ton of meal prep because a lot of my meal prep was for lunches, so Factor has kind of been saving us there. In the heat from a hot California, I forgot how you look like in rain. I swear I never thought it would matter if I'm gone by now. All my weakness keep on linger on repeat like it will be my favorite song. Oh, I know I should be moving on, but you got me good, you got me good. I keep on linger on repeat like it will be my favorite song. Oh, I know I should be moving on, but you got me good, you got me good. starting to feel good. I'm starting to feel like I'm getting a hang of everything, and I am just cleaning the sink, scrubbing it down so we can fill it up with water and some Thieves fruit and veggie soak, and soak our produce and prep it for the week. I often get questions about how long my produce lasts, and for us it's not a problem because we are such a large family. So I think you have to take that into consideration. Some people, their produce goes bad because they don't prep it. Some people, their produce goes bad because they prep too much of it. So you got to kind of find that balance. Carter likes to take celery in his lunch every day. That's like his favorite, like, little vegetable snack, I guess, which I don't get because I could care less about celery unless it's covered in peanut butter or some kind of dip. So we always have celery, plus we use it in our chicken ramen soup. Apples are big for all of us. We all like apples. I love scallions and cilantro, like any type of fresh herb or like topping. I'm all about that topping life, you know that. So the berries, Tanner is my berry eater. Like, all my kids are obsessed with strawberries. We go through strawberries like it's nobody's business. But raspberries and blackberries, Tanner can eat a whole container per day. And I just let him because I mean, it's fruit, right? As long as he's still eating everything else. That's why we have a ton of berries, because it's like Tanner's favorite thing ever. If he only buys lunch on French toast and pizza day, and otherwise he has a fruit salad for lunch. It's his favorite thing. So not complaining, I love that. We had some sad fruit in here, so what I'm doing is with the old apples, I'm going to cut them up and make apple cinnamon muffins today. And then with our oranges that were starting to go, I use them in my wellness shots that I'll be making in a little bit here. So I never like to let any produce go bad, but we were at the Bay House for New Year's Eve, so we had some produce left behind, but I was able to save it. I found an Aldi bag with strawberries and blueberries in it that I forgot to put in the sink, so that's why I'm washing them separately here. These are not organic, and anyway, strawberries and like berries in general are some of the dirtiest fruit that you definitely want to soak. So whatever you use for your wash is fine. Also, I have gotten a salad spinner for one of my subscribers, sent it to my P.O. box. Tanisha, thank you. And it's life-changing. I always thought it was just like something that took up more space and like another gadget I don't need. But honestly, like, our salads are so much better and more fresh from the salad spinner, and the berries last longer from getting all that excess water off. So in the past, I would cut strawberries, and they definitely go bad faster when you cut them. Sometimes I will still cut them if I know like the kids are going to be eating them that same day. But lately they've all been liking holding it by the green and eating it, which is how I always ate it as a kid. So I've been leaving them whole. So that's another option too. You can always wash your produce and then not cut it until you're going to eat it, and that helps it stay fresher longer as well. Also, I did listen to all of you, and I got the wide mouth tops for my mason jars. I didn't know what to search on Amazon, and I just had rusty metal top mason jars, and you guys told me to search for wide mouth, and I found these awesome wooden ones, so that's what I got, and I'm loving them. and I'm just getting all of our produce prepared. I'm going to put our herbs in some water, put them in the fridge. I'm still learning the best ways to keep things fresh the longest. I used to put my herbs on the windowsill. My basil is on the windowsill, but my cilantro and my scallions, I always want to call them chives, go in the fridge. And later I made like this really good honey salmon, and I just picked a chive scallion out of the water and chop the top of it, and then I put the end back in with the root because it will regrow. Finally, making my wellness shots. I've made these a million times, and I just usually use whatever I have on hand. I don't think it's a perfect science. I think using a lot of lemon and ginger is, key, but also if I have like a lime or a grapefruit or like whatever else I have, I'm gonna just throw into the wellness shot, especially if it's gonna be going bad soon. So I'm trying to not get so caught up on exact things. Like, for example, I would have been so upset with myself in the past if I didn't clean out my freezer during this video, and I didn't have time. I couldn't get my kids ready for bed, film a video, edit, do a voiceover, montage, thumbnail, and still have time to do the fridge. So do the freezer. So instead of staying up till 2 a.m. because I need it to be perfect, I'm going to put the freezer in my monthly reset video, and that's when I'll do that. Like, just realizing it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be done is huge. Especially, I'm the same way with like my health goals. I'm like, oh, well, I didn't get to have my supplement this morning, so now I'm not going to exercise. Now I'm not, like, that's not how it works. If I didn't get to work out first thing in the morning, I'm not going to work out today. I'll start tomorrow. Like, it just has to get done. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be in perfect order. Same with recipes. That's what got me to love cooking. I used to get so caught up on the perfect measurements in cooking, and in baking, yes, you do need perfect measurements. Don't go winging it in baking. But cooking, I just do what feels right and what I think tastes good. And my cooking has evolved, and I've liked it so much more than when I follow an exact recipe. I find recipes on Pinterest all the time, cookbooks all the time, and I make them my own. So I use it for the base and make it my own. You can see we are packed in here, and in my like normal like fruit and veggie crispers is where I actually keep like meats and prepared meals or leftovers, and then I keep my produce out. That's just how I like to do it, because I like being able to see the produce and making sure we use it up. And the meat, like, I know it's on my meal plan, I know it's in there, and it's like not near anything else, so it's all good. Here's a pantry. It may not look that bad to you from this angle, but there is stuff all over the place. There's expired stuff. There's things that are just like in bins. The floor looks like this. Like, it just needed some love, and I'm so happy with it. Like, we still have Halloween bins up top there. Yeah, wait until you see the end. It's so much better, and I just feel really confident and really good about cooking more home cooked meals now, just knowing everything that we have. And it just, as a mom, like, I try not to be too hard on myself if we have to order pizza or order food out or go to Chick-fil-A. But when I see my kids eating my meals, it makes me happy. Even if that meal is steamed frozen broccoli and Annie's mac and cheese, just eating at home feels good in my soul. So it's one of my big goals this year.
I would wait a lifetime. In tricky situations, I will be a lifeline. Nobody's meant to be fighting alone. That's why I'm taking you home. I never felt something like this before, no. Keep coming back for you time after time. Maybe I'm losing my mind, but I know I'll never leave you behind. No, baby, I got you.
So there's times when I want to do, like depending on my mood, if I want to do an organization drawer by drawer. There's times when I want to take everything out, scrub it down, and then put things back and get rid of stuff. And that's what I'm doing today because I feel like that's what it really needed. Like, you can't really see well on camera, but there's like a layer of dust. There's like crumbs. There's just, I felt like everything needed to be taken out. Same with the fridge. Like, I feel like the fridge, I kind of took out majority of the stuff, not all of it, but I did wipe everything down, vacuum out the crumbs, you know, like really clean the mats. And even though no part of me wanted to take all of it out because it's very overwhelming, I'm so happy that I did. So I hope that this video inspires you to just tackle your pantry and fridge. Also, yes, I'm very blessed that I have like this pantry because I know not everybody has this type of space. But whatever type of space you have, I hope that you can figure out an organization, like an organization that works for your space, or even just, you know, I hope that you can go through everything, get rid of expired stuff, and make a list of things that you have to cook some home cooked meals.
Leave you behind. No, baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Baby, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. The world is going wild when they come for you. The river's running dry when it all falls through. Don't you worry.
All right, so everything is officially vacuumed out, taken out. I keep my potatoes, onions, and garlic in here, so that does get dirty quickly because of the, like, you know, little crumbs from the shells on the onion and, you know, just dirt on potatoes. So I do vacuum this more often than the other spots, but wait until you see my kitchen. This is the part where I like looked and I was like, oh my gosh, what did I get myself into? And this video is only 34 minutes long, but just know this literally took me all day up until bedtime for the kids around 8 o'clock. So you do have to carve out some time, and if you need to break it up into multiple days, you can. Obviously, you can't leave everything all over your kitchen like this for multiple days, but you know, just give yourself grace. If you need to take it shelf by shelf, do that, but make a goal and get it done.
Perfect match, ain't no catch. You and I will make it last. Place your bet on me and everything will be alright. Take a chance, ain't no risk. You and I won't hit and miss. Give yourself to me and we'll be more than friends for life. It always feels good to be honest. Can't you admit that you want this? Everybody knows it except for you. When you're lying there on your deathbed, you will regret you kept quiet. Also not telling me straight up, ooh. So why you trying to hide your curiosity? When I know you call my name out in your sleep. Tell me, friend, can't you see you're in love with?
I'm really proud of myself because I didn't buy any new organizational items for this video. I just used everything that I have. I'm using some lemon essential oil because this is like God's, what's that stuff called that takes off the sticky stuff? Gooby Gone. Just straight up lemon oil. Seriously, just takes off anything sticky. So I am doing that using my nails that I just got done. Hopefully I don't ruin them. And taking off the stickers for the things that, you know, doesn't make sense for anymore. I got some new baking containers for my baking stuff before the holidays, if you remember. And I saved my old containers because these are expensive containers and they're really nice. They do a good job. So I'm just taking those labels off and using them for whatever makes sense. Chris always laughs at me. He's like, why do you need a label on a clear bin? But as the person who orders the groceries and meal plans, like I like to be like, oh, it's mindless. There's no pretzels in that container. We need pretzels. So that's why I do it for that type of stuff.
Place your bet on me and everything will be alright. Take a chance, ain't no risk. You and I won't hit and miss. Give yourself to me and we'll be more than friends for life.
So this shelf is basically what Chris calls my shelf. He initially made this shelf for me of just like all of like the different protein powders that I like. And I'm not like, oh, I need a protein powder every day. I just like smoothies a lot and I like adding extra protein because I'm not somebody that like loves meat. So a lot of times I get my protein from my smoothies. And then now I'm just combining two different types of oats because instead of having like two random containers and there wasn't a lot left in here. I love these huge glass jars from Amazon. They were actually like an accidental purchase. Also, I know that all my cereals look low. I need to get more cereal. It's one of those things that I wish I could find a better, healthier cereal, but it's just really hard to find for kids. Like, I don't know, do your kids like cereal and do you have like a healthier one that they like? I see people recently in Reels making their own cereal and I want to be that level of extra, but I have a feeling I'll spend all this time on it and my kids will be like, ew, what the heck is this? Where's my Chex? Where's my Honey Nut Cheerios?
And I know you wanted me to meet your friends. But I'm so tired of trying to play pretend. Everybody's dancing, going crazy, kinda up along with Daisy, but I'm feeling kinda spacey. I just wanna head home.
So you see up top there, we still store extras and stuff, but all underneath here is, you know, organized. Everything has its place. It's not Pinterest, but it's real life, and it's organized to the point where I know what I have, and that's the most important thing. So think about that when you're organizing. It's not all for looks. It's so that you can know what you have for when you're ordering groceries or for when you're meal planning, and to save money, you're not wasting food or buying things twice. I do have some empty spots here, which I'm sure will be filled up in no time. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Be sure to go to my website and print my printables for our next video, which is a monthly reset. We're going to be going through the whole list and making it a new mom binder.